How's it going, guys? We are on our way to Niagara Falls. Got another trip here. So we're heading across the Ambassador Bridge from Detroit on the way to Canada. Just about to hit customs on the other side of this bridge. Beautiful bridge, beautiful views. If you're ever in Michigan, definitely would recommend traveling over the bridge, just one side to the other, just for the views. If you've ever driven through the Midwest, you know that it's nothing but fields of crops and windmills and a whole lot of nothing else but highway. This portion of Canada is about the same. Nothing exciting. So Niagara Falls is actually made up of three waterfalls: the Horseshoe Falls on the Canadian side, and the American Falls and Bryo Falls on the US side. Together they pour about 85,000 cubic feet of water per second over the edge, enough to fill about 1 million bathtubs in less than a minute. It's a lot of water. The Horseshoe Falls is the largest, with the curved crest that stretches over 2,500 feet wide. Drop is about 167 feet, when the American Falls drops around 90 to 100 feet due to those boulders you're looking at right there. Beautiful. This is a view from the American side right now. And here we are on the Canadian side. You can see over to the right the Horseshoe Falls I was just mentioning. So in human history, Niagara Falls has moved about 7 miles upstream from when it was first documented. Scientists estimate that in about 50,000 years, the falls could completely erode all the way to Lake Erie and disappear, but we don't have to worry about that for some time. Niagara Falls originally formed around 12,000 years ago during the end of the last ice age, when massive glaciers were carving out the Great Lakes, and water from Lake Erie rushed northward into Lake Ontario that cut deep into Niagara escarpment, which created the falls we see. Here we are in one of the tunnels that leads to the view behind the falls. This is over on the Canadian side. Awesome view. The camera does not do it justice. Here's a view from the side of the falls, right near that behind the falls look. So this area first became a tourist destination in the 1800s, and this is one of the areas that right beside the falls that they brought people down to see. You can see why it's become a place where millions of people visit every year. With the amount of water that pours through this area with the hydroelectric dams, they power up to 3.8 million homes with all this water. Here we are on top of the American side, and you can see the walkway that's down there that we're about to walk over. We walk down in the Cave of the Winds. I'm not wearing a poncho for this, so Steph definitely wanted to wear a poncho. She didn't want to get wet. It's a perfect view from this side too. They actually build this every year and tear it down at the end of October, so that way all the rushing water and freezing water doesn't completely break it apart like it would. So everything you see here is new build as of this year, even if it's in the same spot every year. So standing right here, especially not wearing the poncho, you can feel all of that mist. It's breathtaking. Unless you're there, you can't even explain it. There's just so much power with that water. You can already tell that I'm soaking wet, and we're not even to the wettest point of this walk, the hurricane deck, which is, we're walking up to it right now. You can see how soaked I'm about to get. Fun fact, back in 1901, Annie Taylor, at 63 years old, went over Horseshoe Falls in a barrel and survived. Absolutely insane. The water here is not freezing, but it feels like it. Here's some slow-mo views I took of the falls from my phone. Just wanted to share those at the end. Like I always share some little nature-y video.